Jeremiah 17, I don't remember the exact verse, but there's a scripture that says God searches the heart of a man and he's ready to reveal that heart to that person. But you basically have to be willing to seek that out. And so you highlighted that where it's like, there's things we have to work through in order to experience growth. And I think sometimes we can feel like we are mysterious as humans, but it's like God isn't trying to withhold information from us. And when you seek to be present, when you seek that information, it's going to come to the surface in the right timing, which is so empowering. Like, I know it can feel scary to be like, oh my gosh, like to find out all these lies or limiting beliefs I believe. But if you don't do that deep work, you're never going to get to the freedom on the other side. And it's not just freedom of like, oh, Allie has money now to spend on her family. But do you know how many people she's hired? How many people she can bless because of her financial state? What she can do? She's about to adopt a baby girl. Like, so many things are happening in her life because of the deep work she chose to do and take ownership. But if she wouldn't have taken ownership on her own life, not only would your life not be impacted, but everyone else that you're impacting, and like the legacy on the internet, like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, millions, like so many people. Yeah. So I just want to encourage us, like, as we're listening, even if you're not like an influencer, you see Allie and I having our podcast or the work we're doing, this matters because it impacts you. It impacts your family. It impacts your inner circle, which is how we change the world. Like, we're all so connected. And the more we understand how to do this deep work, the more we experience freedom. So the other thing you said was some of the fears that you believed, or like the story about college. And I'm pretty sure you would agree with this. You weren't consciously like, I'm going to choose to have this fear. I'm going to choose to believe that people who flip burgers are terrible. It's all subconscious. And that's the thing about self-awareness is we don't understand what we're thinking and feeling until you do the deep work to expose it. And you start to figure out these limiting beliefs. And it's like, holy crap. So I want to ask you, like, how did you and how have you continued? Because I know you do this daily. How do you expose those limiting beliefs? Like, if someone's hearing your story and they're like, oh, maybe I've thought that about college, or maybe I think it's evil to make money because I'm a Christian and I should only have a ministry. Like, where do we even start exposing those limiting beliefs so that we can experience freedom?
Yeah. So this is like what not I call, like everyone calls it this, like this is doing that inner work.
Yep.
And it's hard and it's uncomfortable and it's just kind of painful sometimes. Yes. Because you're turning off the TV, you're turning off Spotify, you're sitting
off Instagram
by yourself and just looking inside, and it's kind of awful. But like for me, like really just calling in that guidance, and for me, like just sitting down and being like, okay, God, show me. I want to understand. And then also like researching and reading, like Jen Sincero's book really did change my life. And I love her for it. It helped me so much. I've read it several times since, and every time new things come up. So like having those resources, but even like when you're sitting and you're ready to do that work and you're ready to find them, having some prompts can help you. So I'll just give you guys my favorite prompt right now. And there's so many you can find on the internet, through reading, through listening to podcasts like this one. But my favorite one is really getting still, kind of like let your thoughts calm down. Because when you first sit, you'll start to feel like this is like what happens with meditation too, or even just like prayer or listening for God's voice. You start to feel like itchy, and like all of a sudden you have all these itches you have to scratch, and like your mind starts like making grocery lists and things just start happening. So like let it settle. And then imagine that you have like whatever number feels expansive to you, like $1 million just sitting with you. And then it's yours and you have it, and it's in your account. And imagine how you feel, and like maybe write it down if it helps you. And then think about like your mom. What does your mom think about you having this money? What does your dad think about you having this money? What does your partner think about you having this money? What is, I don't know, whoever in your life that you need to go through, think about you having this money. How does it change your friendships? If you have a business, imagine the money coming through your business overnight. I am proof that happens. So imagine that it happens. Something that you did goes viral and it comes through and you have $1 million. You will find like judgments, worries, concerns, spastic thoughts come up. This is your limiting beliefs waving red flags, like, here I am, here I am. It's
Mhm.
just imagining those specific people reacting to money. That's where your limiting belief will come up. And that is the exercise I did where I pinpointed that big one
Mm.
from my relationship with my dad. If I disappoint my dad, if I make this money, I will prove him wrong. I don't want my dad to feel like an idiot. He helped me so much. I would never want to hurt him. His
Mhm.
legacy, him coming from Cuba, like my grandparents doing this for us, like all of it, I'll ruin all of it if I make money when I never went to college. Not only am I aiming to make money, I am aiming to make more money than I think any of them, one of my family has ever seen. Who am I to do that? Like, what will that do to my dad?